That is the thing closest to our hearts.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Madras Chamber of Commerce, we are very happy to welcome you all for this program. And we will move on with the program with the Tamil Thai Varthu. And before doing that, I request all of you to put your mobile phones on silent mode, please. Port has been the first port of call for this 175-year-old chamber. We carry this special affinity even today, and that is why the seminar and the study now. May I now request President Mr. T.T. Srinivasa Raghavan to give the welcome address, please.
Good morning. Shri G.K. Vasan, Honorable Union Minister of Shipping, Government of India, Shri Atulya Mishra, IAS, Chairman, Chennai Port Trust, Mr. Velumani, Chairman, Ennore Port Trust, distinguished invitees, friends from the media, fellow members, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this seminar on development of ports in Tamil Nadu. We are indeed grateful to you, sir, for finding the time in the midst of your crowded schedule to be here with us today. The Chennai port is the gateway to South India and one of the oldest ports in the country. Not surprisingly, it was the first port to commence operations of containerized cargo, as also the first port to develop a dedicated container terminal. The Madras Chamber, which recently celebrated its 175th anniversary, played a seminal role in the birth and development of Chennai Port, and this association continues to this day. I can do no better than quote the noted historian and chronicler of the Chamber's history, V. Sriram, and I quote, "The Madras Chamber of Commerce and Industry was begun at a time that is so far back that few can have any conception of what it was like to do business then. Roads were in their infancy, the postal service was still being refined, the telegraph was still a thing of the future, and the city had no harbour to speak of. It was from this blank slate, as it were, that the Chamber began coordinating with the government for building what would today be considered the basic building blocks of an industrial environment. Among the various aspects of infrastructure that it was instrumental in creating, the port occupies pride of place. Without the Chamber, the city would have had no harbour, which became a reality in the 1890s in the teeth of opposition from Calcutta and London. The harbour's further growth in the 1900s, aided by the Chamber, transformed Chennai, which was till then an industrial backwater. End quote. The efforts of the Chamber were well recognized, and we enjoyed the trusteeship of the Chennai Port Trust continuously for several decades. Sadly, however, this is no longer the case, and the Chamber is currently not represented on the board of the Chennai Port Trust. The importance of Chennai Port as a catalyst of growth can be best understood if one were to trace the development and expansion of Chennai as a city and the old Madras Presidency as a region. This growth has ensured the prosperity and well-being of its people. An efficient infrastructure always ensures the growth of a prosperous and industrialized hinterland, thus providing job opportunities to millions and contributing to the nation's prosperity and economic strength. Over the years, Chennai Port has handled a variety of cargoes from dry bulk, liquid bulk, general cargo, grains, fertilizers, to name only a few, and also developed dedicated coal and iron ore berths to meet the surge in the import and export of these commodities. The port has always remained alert to the requirements of trade and has developed facilities to cater to its ever-changing needs, the latest one being the facility to handle export of cars. However, the tremendous surge in the momentum of trade following the opening up of our economy in the early 90s, has brought to light the many challenges that we face, and very often the disconnect between the demands of industry and trade and the actual infrastructure on the ground. Be it our roads, airports, or more particularly our ports, our inability to envisage and provide for the infrastructure needs of one of the world's fastest growing economies has proved to be an albatross around our neck. Today, India faces some of the highest transaction costs in the logistics sector, while our Asian neighbors have surged ahead in export competitiveness by developing an efficient and adequate port and airport infrastructure. Delays inflict a numbing blow to industry, and in a world where time is measured in hours and minutes rather than weeks or months, we are at a severe disadvantage. Predictability of operations has also remained elusive, and this has stymied the true potential of our industries. Our southern neighbor, Sri Lanka, has seized the opportunity presented to it by the slow pace of port development in India to develop a brand new greenfield terminal at Hambantota. What is extremely ironical and sometimes saddening is that ports in Sri Lanka, Malaysia and Singapore derive significant profits from handling cargo originating in India and transshipped at these ports. Every container transshipped imposes approximately an additional cost of $200 US on our industries, with very obvious implications on their competitiveness. Turning our attention to the ports of Chennai, it is with a sense of disappointment that we, as the second oldest trade body in India, express our angst at the current state of affairs. Delays have unfortunately become the norm, translating into severe financial penalties on trade. While the trade has no role in the operation of the port, the lack of focused planning and development at the port has presented a windfall to various service providers serving the port of Chennai. Detention charges, demurrages, delay surcharges, to name a few, are the bonuses that enrich these players, while on the other hand, user industries have been rendered uncompetitive in world trade as much due to pricing as to the unreliability of delivery commitments. Today, we are faced with a situation where investment decisions for several domestic and foreign companies hinge on the effectiveness of the port infrastructure and the ease of operation. In recent weeks, at least 2 high-profile car manufacturing projects have chosen Gujarat over Tamil Nadu. Lack of infrastructure, specifically port infrastructure, is reported to be one of the key factors influencing those decisions. Sir, there is an immediate and crying need to address these man-made constraints. Trade and industry has never balked at paying a fair charge, but equally it expects matching service in return. The long-pending MRIP project needs to be hastened and completed within a defined time frame. The Chennai port also needs to seriously consider utilization of a large portion of land now lying vacant due to the shifting of environmentally unfriendly cargo in order to augment the processing facilities of both general and containerized cargo. This would go a long way towards improving the efficiency of port operations and to a large extent also mitigate the financial losses. Sir, you have always been a friend of industry in Tamil Nadu and Chennai in particular and have received various submissions with an open mind. We are confident that you will appreciate the anguish of industry and trade and initiate necessary measures to alleviate their burden. Sir, with your permission, I wish to place the following points for your immediate and favorable consideration. 1. Ensure efficient port operation with adequate access to and from the port. Protect the trade from penal levies arising out of port inefficiencies. 3. Augment supporting infrastructure as early as is realistically possible. And last but not least, restore the Madras Chamber's trusteeship on the board of the Chennai Port Trust. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. President, for presenting the overview of the past and present and what are the current bottlenecks, equally mentioning our concern that we should continue to be in the port trust, which we think we deserve. Thank you very much. We would like to present a floral welcome to the chief guest. I request President Mr. T.T. Srinivasa Raghavan to present a bouquet to the Honorable Minister. This seminar is an effort of nearly, I should say, 6 months. From the first day we started with the study and then we decided to proceed with the seminar to have more deliberations. And right from the first day, this was passionately driven by Mr. Krishnan, chairman of our expert committee on logistics, who had been just in time for the program now. I request Mr. Krishnan to present a theme of the seminar now.
Honorable Minister, Chairman Chennai Port Trust, dignitaries, speakers, President Madras Chamber. As pointed out in the speech of our President, the association between the Chennai Port and the Madras Chamber runs long. We have been, as the Chairman has said, President has said, the Brahma in the creation of the Chennai Port. And it is our interest to see this port remain as vibrant as ever. It is purely on this positive note that we have set a port on this seminar. We have commissioned a study on the Chennai Port Trust, which we would request the Honorable Minister to release. And the entire day is divided into 2 sessions. A technical session focusing on the macro issues, which will be chaired by Mr. Srikanth, who needs no introduction. And we would be honored with the presence of Chairman Chennai Port Trust, Chairman NO Port Trust, Mr. Mogan Varghese Chungat, Vice Chairman and CEO Tamil Nadu Maritime Board, the Karaikal Port and the Kattupalli Port. It is not only the major ports that can play a vital role in the development of the nation in general and Tamil Nadu in particular, but a great amount can be achieved in the development of the minor ports, and it is this focus that would emerge in this first technical session. After the lunch, the second technical session would be more on the ground, where various users present their pain points. The intention is not to portray a negative picture. The intention is for each one to appreciate what are the pain points and jointly how do we go about addressing these issues. The entire seminar is focused on development and development alone and nothing else. And without much ado, and this would be the way this day is going to unfold. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Krishnan, for that introduction. To have our dreams come true, we should have dreams first. That is how we dreamt of the port 150 years back, and we worked the way for it. We are dreaming again to have world-class ports now, and that is why the study. Mr. Shankar Gopalakrishnan of MC Management Consultant Group was the author of the study, and he worked with us in the last 5 months. May I now request him to present a brief introduction of the study.
Thank you, Ms. Saraswati. Honorable Minister for Shipping, Shri G.K. Vasan, Shri Atulya Mishra AS, Shri Srinivas Raghavan, Shri Krishnan and Shri Shivraman, and friends. It gives me great pleasure to give you a brief overview of this study. Very quickly, I'll run through this. Some of the points, major points, have already been mentioned by the President, Mr. Srinivas Raghavan.